Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Finale. In this video, we will talk about Chadwick Boseman greatest acting moments. We are together or we ain't. In his movie Get On Up, Chadwick assumes the role of James Brown in a biographical musical. He portrays the ups and downs of his life with such perfection that you would believe that maybe James Brown himself manifested within Boseman. With pinpoint perfect movements, body language, and charm mirroring those of Brown, one of the exemplary shows of his talent was when in the movie he convinces producers in the movie that the concert should happen after Martin Luther King's assassination. After King's death, the African American community is dispirited and disconsolate, losing a role model and advocate for their rights. To bring a change of mood, James is adamant to go forward with the concert, and he does too. To proceed with the concert was done with the intent to calm his community down, but a threat of violent uprising in the premises causes unrest among the crowd. To get a hold of the room and control the crowd, James tries to talk to them and touch them with his emotional expression of how the community should come together and unite. Brown eases tension by momentarily taking a break and talking to his people heart to heart. In the face of great loss, anger, and sadness, he convinces the crowd to come together and support each other, saying, "Now we are together or we ain't." This proved to be a movie so close to home to the African American community that it left them absolutely shattered hearing of his passing. Not good enough. Taking upon the role of a principled and right-minded police officer, Chadwick Boseman embodies a character with such grit and sincerity. The movie depicts a police officer who tries to honor his father's legacy. After a drug bust and consequential pursuance of two offenders, Andre Davis tries to solve the case while running out of time. He recounts how hateful the killers of his father were, that their despise was apparent by the fact that all the bones of his father's skull were broken. And what drives him is to live up to his father's reputation and expectation. When Davis does get at the center of this case, he finds out that he is up against the entire precinct and its captain, who oversees and profits from selling drugs. Before the chaos ensues, Davis relishes on how a police officer's badge is a symbol of respect and protection, and how it should be held in higher regard and standards. Following the chaotic confrontation, he finds himself in front of a gun barrel. His level-headedness allows him to talk the attacker out of it. His humble and disciplined conveyance of his character left such a lasting impact on the audience.
And they always will be.
And people will always die because of that blood. That blood cannot be on the...
Breaking the barriers. Playing the character of Jackie Robinson, these two shared similarities in their achievements and struggles. Being the only African American in a team of white baseball players, Robinson found it hard to rise to his true potential, with many putting him down solely because of his race and the color of his skin. Many players in the team even refused to play with Robinson, signing a petition for his removal, even as far as being physically attacked on the ground. After the game against the Philadelphia Phillies, the manager Ben Chapman taunts him. The sequence is an iconic portrayal. Robinson, out of frustration when returning to the lockers, breaks his bat, hitting it against the walls and screaming. This signifies the anguish and defeat and hardships he had to face just to make some space for himself. Much like the player Robinson, Boseman too had to fight against every odd, trying to break the glass ceiling and every barrier that a black person in a racist system faces.
If they knew you, they would be ashamed.
If Robinson can help us win, then he is going to play our...
Equal protection. Personifying the character of Thurgood Marshall, the first NAACP lawyer presenting at the U.S. Supreme Court, an outspoken and active advocate fighting for the rights of African Americans, the poise and grace he brings to the character and the spot-on impression of the lawyer. He talks of the corrupt and unjust system that puts black people at a disadvantage. The systematic racism and oppression is what Marshall fights against, and Chadwick Boseman brilliantly embodies his character. The sincerity, the passion, the genuine love, and care for his community is symbolized in his iconic acting of Marshall. Fighting the case of a black person wrongly accused of his aggression towards a white person. This fight for his people and the empowerment of them is what made Chadwick Boseman a patron among the black community.
This here is Mr. Thurgood Marshall. Man is an attorney. You'll treat him with the respect that he deserves.
Wakanda forever. Playing the role of the first black superhero, he moved thousands of people in his community towards tears and overwhelming inspiration. Giving them something they can call their own, Chadwick Boseman assumed the role of Black Panther, protector, and the King of Wakanda, a technologically advanced nation that hides in the shadow. After his ascent to the throne, following his father's death through a rightful and honorable fight for it, King T'Challa claims it and vows to protect his nation. Following the conflict due to his father's mistake, he realizes that being together and looking out for others is what truly unites people. This compels him to open up his nation's research and invention to the world, allowing their resources to be utilized and benefited by all. Not only this, but when the imminent threat of Thanos makes him open up his country as a battlefield to take the advanced army head on. Death is not the end. His succession to the throne when his father dies in an attack at the UN, he says, "Death is not the end. We find it nuanced after such a huge loss."
Death
It's not the end.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them.